I'm going to show you the full breakdown here and how I would go about this in a regular day. And guys, all of these clips I've made, my strategy develops over time. And so there's already things that are slightly different. Like I told you like hunter zones, golden zones, red zones. I might not use these terms. I'm kind of already fading away from them. The whole point of things like that was like to give you the idea of how I'm currently trading, and it does adapt over time, right? I might be DCAing less over time as I get better and better. I get more confident with my entries. I might get better entries, right? So watch all the streams so that you can keep up to date with everything, because I might not be remaking these videos at any time, but I'm just already noticing that like I don't use the term, I just use that just to come up with a term of like the zones I would enter, but it's not really anything. For example, that's one example. Basically what I'm trying to say is I've already noticed that side of this strategy even after I've made this, and it's been 2 months of me making these videos. The start stuff that I was already teaching you is slightly different, and that's how trading goes. Is every few months it's slightly different of how I trade, and it keeps getting slightly better. And that's how I was able to develop this over the course of time. Is the strategy is not static. It's something that changes over time and gets better with time, right? And I'm much more likely to be more accurate in the future, so I might make changes. That's the whole point of that. Let's jump into it. Jumping into the trade. So we're going to jump on the session here just so you can see where the session is. I only trade the New York session, and I'm going to give you a full breakdown of how I would go throughout the day, right? So I wake up in the morning, normally 5:30. I don't actually end up seeing the computer pretty much right until it open, right? So I'm just barely slivering in, just because my time zone is really difficult to be up before 5:30 when the sun doesn't wake up till 8 a.m., right? So that's my current situation. I would advise you to maybe go even earlier if you can, if you live in a different time zone, right? So here's the 15, but where I start usually is on the 4 on the left here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a line here so you can see kind of where the open is, right? So you can see it on the other chart there too, right? So on the open, I only see that first candle there, right? It does look like we're going down, right? And that's all we're literally seeing, right? So on the open today, I actually even said on stream is it's probably going to be going down to that zone, right? And that's what we did after the open, right? Because why? Is because the candle closes are already down. So we're probably going to continue that trend. You can get confirmation on, the 2 hour here too, right? And you can see, okay, hey, we did break this trend, we did break that down. We lost that level, and then we rejected off of it. So again, continue down to that next level. And usually if it's going one direction, it's going to continue until the next level down, right? So again, if you want to look at the 1 hour, right, you can see that level right there. And that's the level that we'd be looking to satisfy, right? So as we enter that level, I could potentially be placing an order right there, right? Or I can be waiting. Usually what I do is if the trend is really obvious, so the trend is obvious that it's going to be going to the downside, I probably won't be placing an order there. But today I did place an order there, okay? Because it didn't look like a super strong trend. Like we didn't just break anything. But what I was doing is waiting for that 7 a.m. 4 hour close, which is this candle here, right? So when that closed and told me, right, that this candle, so when that closed and told me, I'm going to delete this line here so you can see there what happened, is it actually failed to make that new low there. Now it wasn't a super obvious wick, right? But it was a wick for sure, and it did fail. So my thought was, okay, so it might go against us a little bit, but it is going back up because we just failed to make a new low. So what does that mean? It means that on the next side is we're going to be targeting that high, and that's what we did overall for the day. So I essentially just placed a trade there, and what you could have done is just let that run, bought a little bit as it went against you, and then just let it run to the other side. Now, what you can do as the day develops is, because that would have been the whole trade for the day, and it's basically what I did, right? Remove all these drawings. But what you want to see is, okay, so after that 7 close, right? You can see that wicked, and we start regaining back into that zone, right? And maybe you're not ready to enter quite yet, and that's probably what you were thinking is, hey, maybe I didn't enter, or maybe I did take that long and now I'm in profit. Okay, so there's two options, because I can see myself actually doing either. The one is I entered blindly, right? And the two is I waited for something to change that gives me confirmation. And the thing that could have changed to give me confirmation is we could have closed back within the range on that next hour, right? So 8 a.m., where's 8 a.m. here? 8 a.m., right? So we see here in the 1 hour in the corner, you can see, hey, we did sweep it for sure. We did fail to lose that level for sure. So now 8 a.m. comes around. Okay, now boom, I'm going to enter. I'm gonna enter long, right? And that would have been a really, really great entry. So you have another opportunity to get that long, okay? The next thing you're noting is so what I did is I took a long here. I think I messed it up kind of, right? Full transparency. I think I messed it up. I didn't exit properly, and then it ended up being a loss, basically, I believe. But I did re-enter long up here after seeing, hey, okay, that 1 hour closed bullishly, and then I got extra confirmation that that 15-minute candle was really, really strong and gained this level. So I entered long on this candle here, and then I let it run, okay, with a stop kind of loose down here and my target there. So this was the trade now, right? And it looks kind of weird. It's a 1 hour sort of thing, right? But that's generally how I'm trading. We continue to watch these candles to make sure that they're closing bullishly, right? So here you can see, okay, we failed to make that level, right? So we're probably going to be coming against ourselves a bit, right? Which is that swing low, the next swing low here. Now, what tells us that we're going to be coming back up here is because we're still watching for that 4 hour level that we haven't satisfied yet. Now, how did I know it was going to go to this 4 hour level and not say this one? Okay, let's delete all these so you can see a little bit cleaner. Not say this one, right? Well, because that was already tested on that wick right there. So since it was already tested here, it's probably going to break it when it touches it this time, which it did, right? And that's the next level back. So this is the next untested level. So we can continue watching the 1 hour, the 2 hour, and the 4 hour to see how they develop. So throughout the day, you can see each of these 1 hour candles. Okay, great. We closed beyond. Good. Retest. Again, another strong candle. And then again, this candle here wicked back up. So all of these things are giving us confirmation that why the hell would we get out of that trade? So we have that idea that we're going to be coming up here, and nothing is telling us that that's not going to happen. So it happens. And it's as simple as that. You don't need to doubt yourself. I'm sitting here, I do doubt myself the entire time. But that's why I look for all these confirmations. And I watch for those higher candle closes. 5 minutes I do not watch because it's going to be too spazzy. So after we hit that, okay, boom, the day is done. Okay? There was literally one trade today. That's it. That's all you have to do. You've seen that level down there. You look to see the reaction off of it. Well, what would have happened if it went against us, right? Let's say the only thing that we're watching, well, you could have first of all waited if you prefer to do that. But if you prefer to enter blindly, which oftentimes I like to enter blindly, well, what you can do is you can put like a stop pretty loose, right? So maybe you enter blindly on that level, you DCA on this one, which is kind of what I was thinking possible, right? You DCA on that next level down, okay? And then maybe you put a stop that's pretty loose, like down here, okay? And that's a pretty dang good trade still in itself, right? Because if it does bounce off of that, you could probably get to the tops, right? And that's literally the only trade of the day, okay? You have another entry here and one here. So you have your average entry. If you executed this perfectly, this would have been your trade today, because your average entry between the two. And that would have been a really, really good day. Unfortunately, I did not enter it perfectly. I ended up making like 100, 200 bucks or something like that. That was it. Across all accounts, maybe 500 or something, right? Not too much, but that's how I trade. And that will scale over time. And the reality of trading is if you have a strategy that is as good as this is all you need, okay? So good luck, guys. Watch the streams. That's Dumb Money Concepts. Please post your Dumb Money Concepts content that you're making. I'll repost all your shit. Post it on Reels, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I'll repost all your shit. Just tag me, Dumb Money Concepts. All I want from this, guys, is I don't want to sell you anything later. All I want is for you guys to show recognition that this is what I made with some help from some other traders. I made this concept. I'm teaching you guys it all for free. And all I want is a little bit of recognition for that. And a little bit of respect, because I honestly don't want the money anymore. I want respect. That's all it is. I want people to know that I'm a good trader, and I want people to learn from my own ideas, and I want people to appreciate and show kind of, I want people to say thank you. You know what I mean? That's basically, put it that way. Okay. So thanks for watching, guys. Watch the streams.